And welcome to Batman Radio, another great episode. All right, so you're tuned in with your host, the one and only Batman Tyree Sneed. So, first of all, what people have to understand is, like I said, I'm on a different timeline. So, I control all of this on the architect of reality, right? So, now all these other folks that I don't know and never met and never will meet, never will see, right? None of them have anything to do with anything I'm doing. I don't know them. They have nothing to do with my timeline, just nothing to do with me, period, right? And we continue over here, and all these folks, they got to be viewers and watch me win. See, like I said, people threw everything they possibly could my direction, and it didn't slightly move me because the line moves for nobody. In fact, I didn't even have any emotional response, any emotional reaction, nothing. So, like I said, when you play a game, just acknowledge when you lose because you just lost. You feel me? I'm playing chess, not checkers, homie. See, like I said, I don't let narcs trick me off my throne. People can't control my emotions based off of nonsense, lies, and typing and words. You feel me? See, if people would learn to listen, right, and get an ear exam, they might be able to hear reality. But when you are in denial of reality and that's all you want, yeah, that's not a good position, man. You feel me? So, like I said, we here winning in this reality. We here, and I don't have nothing to do with nobody. You understand? I do me. I stay in my own lane. I talk to God. All it is God, me, and Christina. That's it. Christina and I and God. That's all it is, all day long, every day, baby. Like I said, I'm doing my thing, living my beautiful life. I'm free as a bird. I get to do what I want to do. Nobody controls me. Nobody can tell me anything. 530 on my wrist got you pissed right now. Billions in equity, mansion and estate, over 2,000 in jewelry. My own website worth almost 2 grand, 2 G's. My own car lot, I pay over $100 for it every month. Got a car I pay $25,000 cash for in there. It ain't nothing, boss. Let's see you do it. Mineral rights, oil royalties. Hmm? Over 2,000 in jewelry. And a stock. I'm in a stock settlement lawsuit because I had over 70,000 shares of a stock. Oh, you people don't seem to get it. I'm just barely getting started, bro. Yeah, look how mad you is now already, and look at all the karma that you facing and going through, and then just imagine like 10, 20 years from now. You feel me? I'm just getting started, man. I'm building my empire, man. All that negativity and stuff that you've typed that I've already proven lies and all that nonsense that you want to run around the internet and keep trying to get me to see and repeating yourself. Well, I mean, like I said, it's all pointless. It's a waste of your time, right? And you're just giving me evidence for the federal lawsuit. And at the end of the day and every day, why are you repeating yourself a million times? Again, what's the point of that, bro? What? Clearly, you have an agenda, right? Clearly, like I said, these people, they want a reaction and they can't get one. I'm not a part of none of that, bro. If I'm not talking to you, you ain't talking to me. It's as simple as that. You understand? You could sit here and watch my channel all you want. You understand? At the end of the day, that federal lawsuit getting filed, that lawyer's getting all the evidence. Y'all is telling on yourselves. That's all you doing. Every little move you make is just telling on yourself. It's just telling your agenda. It's telling how serious it is for you. It's all telling on yourself. And these people so silly, they don't understand like how easy this federal lawsuit is going to be to win. Yeah, nah, the minute that I present this evidence to a lawyer, they're going to contact you, right? They're going to send subpoenas out to every member of the Red Triangles and all these folks to come to court, and you're going to have to come to court. And if you skip out on court, they're going to put a warrant out for your arrest. That's how it works. So, like I said, people can't tell me anything about law. My dad was a UT graduate lawyer. My grandfather was a Supreme Court judge. I know more about law than all y'all. I know more about law than lawyers. These lawyers, they're all just wannabe sharks. They're just out to take money and do nothing. I will be the best lawyer on this planet the minute I take the bar and go to law school. Literally. There's no lawyer who could out argue me. Did you not understand that? Oh, I think you know that. I think you know that. See my point? So, like I said, don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about me. Worry about you. Get y'all's act together. Go get a job. It'll be all right. We'll get through this. You feel me? How you coping with my success over there? You okay? You understand? Obviously not if you have to keep repeating yourself online. Right? Like I said, Batman is forever the king, homie. I rule with an iron fist. I mean, I just continue to enforce my power, and my kingdom grows every day at exponential rates. Right? Real talk. I'm not just talking. I go out on the street and get busy. Well, all these other folks, they hide behind computers and phones and run their mouth. How are we the same? I build empires. I'm a warrior. I'm the conqueror, and these people ain't about nothing. They ain't even bringing nothing to the table. You don't have nothing to do with none of this. You understand? So, like I said, people don't have a choice but to focus on themselves. People don't have a choice but to move on. Again, like people who I don't know, if I don't know you, I just have no interest in speaking with you. If you're not out for my best interest, to like you're not going to be a part of my circle or people I talk to. You can run your mouth all day, but I mean, nothing you say exists, and you're well aware of what you're doing, and that it doesn't make sense, and it's all lies, and it doesn't exist. And why would that bother me if it's not true? Ask yourself that. It has nothing to do with that. What you're doing is you're trying to use the fact that you're using intention. And like I said, you just want people to feel upset because you feel upset. So your answer is you go to a computer for your problems. That's super immature and weak and petty. Hmm. And it makes you look like exactly what you are. It's cowardly. See what I'm saying? You can keep showing the world how cowardly you are and how scared and terrified you are of me, the Batman, because that's all that you're doing and that's all that you'll ever do. That's all you'll continue to do. Hmm. Is expose yourself because that's what people like you do. They hide behind computers and phones, right? Pathetic. Yeah. So, like I said, my dad was a boss. My dad was a man. He told people how he felt directly. He backed a lot of fools down. Everybody down here was scared of my father. He called him Cowboy Daddy. So my dad was a real cowboy, right? So again, you got to make your position clear. You got to make sense. Like, no, you have a chip on your shoulder because we're the strong ones. Because you know that we actually a real force out here and we run everything. That I'm a household name here and everywhere else I'm at. You understand? I don't care about other people. I don't care about their opinion. They don't control my finances. That check is already up over 130 bucks. It's 130 and some change already. We already got videos out today. They did decent views already. It looks like it's kind of just, sitting there. I don't know why. I guess the algorithm can't catch up to me. I move so quick or something because the first videos today, they did pretty good numbers right out the gate. I still think that, all this has to do with what they're doing in this company, like, I mean, I think they're trying their best to try to hold me back. And I just think that they want to suppress my channel, but I just think it's impossible at this point. I think that's what that is, you know, and all the truth is going to come to light, man, of what y'all are really doing. Like I said, I think that these people are stealing payments from me and money that I'm owed and money I'm making. I think there's a whole lot of stuff going on because all the downloads talk about it. So at the end of the day, Pumpkin, I'm still right here sitting in my throne as the king, not of Narnia, but the king of all of reality and the world. That's right. And I run New York and I'm going to be in New York. Right around the corner. As soon as God gives me the money, the first step that I'm taking now is going to New York. hmm I'm going to take over New York. I'm going to run New York. I'm going to be the new king of New York, right? And I'm gonna be making music, but I ain't even worried about the music. I care less about the music, but I'm gonna be Batman. You understand? I'm gonna get everything figured out to where I got a utility belt, like everything I need to be able to, like bungee cord up and climb buildings and move around and like that's the thing. These people don't get how cool the content is gonna be. You know what I realize about people like you, man? As hard as it has been, right? and enduring and all that. It's like they said in the Joker video, it says, I built a kingdom out of that pain. So all those put downs and things that you've said to me and things that aren't true, hiding, right? Never once did anyone say anything in front of me to my face. So cowardly, right? Nobody's ever been real about anything or stood in their position. It was always some victim playing nonsense. And now you're being exposed publicly for it. You've been getting exposed for the past, I don't know, couple of decades and haven't done anything about it because you're powerless and you're not capable. Like, look at you. Right? You're weak. You're not strong at all. You understand? There's nothing strong about your actions and your behavior. It just screams weakness. So at the end of the day, it's just hilarious to me because, like I said, people like that, they have to keep seeing me win. You feel me? I'm gonna be right there in New York. hmm That's like my whole goal now, because I want to make my message clear. Because there's a lot of people, right, that have everything to do with this that are in New York. Yeah. There's a lot of YouTubers that are in New York. So when I'm in New York, they have no excuse. I'm going to be running the streets. I'm going to be Batman and doing my thing actively. I'm going to be in the streets active, doing my thing. So there's no excuses, just like there never was. And guess what people going to do? They're going to hide inside and do the same thing, type and talk amongst themselves and have to watch as the viewer and disgruntled fan and nobody that they are because they're not a part of my story or my storyline. They're not a part of anything regarding me. You understand? Your karma is watching me succeed. Your karma is watching Christina love me and treat me the way that I deserve to be treated. Again, all these things that people said happened, none of it happened. They want to rewrite my script. How dare you? What? I don't even know you. You wanted to rush through everything and rush through things and speak for me and speak for people and then act like you create a testament. These people talk to themselves every day. You don't have a platform. There's nobody who believes anything you're saying because none of it exists. What are you talking about? Why should I sweat? Like what I realize is, like I said, I'm just bigger and better than you. I'm so much bigger than you. I'm so much stronger than you, right? That why should I sweat what you say at all? Why should I care? Like what's see, that's the thing. My whole thing is just I have to make sense, right? So when people say a lie, I prove them all wrong, right? If people are just going to be immature and they want to act like, acknowledgement and is a choice, I mean, let them go on and be immature, let them do their thing. I could care less. See, what I realize is people like that you just got to ignore. You can't respond to people like that. See, that's my thing. I was just trying to understand and figure out what the deal is and what I'm dealing with here and what's going on. Like, yeah, it's clear as day what all you people want. All of them are actual certified stalkers. And that's all they are. There's nothing to do with talking. I mean, we like I said, that's why it's odd because I'm not going to talk to an individual like that. So when they keep trying to act like they're creating communication that I'm not agreeing to and not asking for, and literally saying, hey, just, I'm not trying to talk to you. I don't know you. Right. I mean, it's desperation, man. It's a quiet desperation. And I don't know what anyone would think they're going to gain from that or why that would have an effect on me or anything I'm doing because it's just not. If you haven't understood by now, again, I'm an immortal vampire. You don't have anything for me. Let's just get real with ourselves. You don't have any way to trick me off my throne. You don't have any way to get an emotional response from me or reaction. You don't have any way of making me lose my cool or go ballistic or make impulsive decisions or take rash actions or to do anything. You have no power over me and my emotions because I'm in full control of them. I'm Batman. See, if you listen, you would realize that you've wasted all of your time, not my time. Your time has been a waste. And this is why they say with narcissists, they say it's literally the most empty existence on the planet. They're all empty inside. They'll do all these escapades, all this drama. They're running around the internet like crazy. But what does running around the internet have to do with out here in reality? Nothing. So you could do whatever you want on the internet. You understand? But the thing is, there's rules and laws that apply to the internet too. And if you don't follow them, well, you end up going to prison. So, like I said, just remember that you can tell yourself whatever you like, but you're not winning even on the internet. You're losing completely, catastrophically, you're losing. And then in reality, you're really losing because all you have to look forward to, your entire future, is prison. And you know it's guaranteed. You could say whatever, you could try to deny it, right? While you dance around and can't have a direct conversation, none of them, right? And just be quiet and listen so I can explain to you how the law works, right? Have any of you done that? No. Just like you type so much you want to run your mouth, but you're always dancing around subjects. You don't want to actually like, you just don't want to acknowledge reality. That's not a choice. When you don't acknowledge reality, it affects everything around you. Now take a look around. These people can't even look in the mirror, man. They have no soul. Feel me? If you're that focused on me, all that tells me is you're haunted by me. And what did I tell you I'm here to do? See, these people, they still don't understand. Nobody can just sit there and be like, oh, well, all of reality is opposite. It's not opposite day, homie. Who are you? You don't dictate reality. You're on a computer just typing to pretend talk and type immaturely, and you want people to feel some way about it, right? So everything you're doing is intentional. That's prison time. It's a federal lawsuit. There's no need for that, right? But like I said, keep it up. Don't stop. Keep doing what you do since you can't stop clearly, right? Keep doing what you do because all you doing is federally indicting yourself and incriminating yourself. And yet me, I'm right here making the right decision and I'm amazing at my job. hmm And you have literally walked into your own trap. All that setup energy and nonsense and snitch stuff that y'all on, and well, all y'all keep snitching and ratting on yourself. All y'all keep walking into your own mousetrap, correct? So what do you mean? You understand? There's no way to trap me. You haven't figured that out by now? You haven't figured it out that every time God shows me a way out, every time God saves me, every time God steps in and says no, the way I look at it is like that's my training. So I really got to thank y'all, and that's what I came here to do today. I want to thank you folks out there. I'll never say your name because you don't have a name. See, I want you to really hear what I'm telling you right now because I know it got you in your feelings. You don't have an identity. I don't know you. Literally, there's people on here. They act like they talking to me. I've never met them. I don't know what they look like. I don't know them. I'm for sure not worried about them. They for sure don't scare me. Nobody scares me and nothing scares me. What do you mean? What? I'm an immortal vampire. What would scare a vampire? What? See, that's the thing. Like, yeah, it's just old. I mean, I'm just sick of hearing it. I mean, you're using a rhetoric that doesn't make coherent sense and then acting like that's a thing to do and that's a tactic. How? Like, what? Let me tell you something, man. Like I said, when you gossip, it lowers your immunity. So if you talking backwards and you can't get reality straight, oh yeah, that's definitely affecting you. You're doing it to yourself. You understand? I'm just bigger and better than you. All of you. Real talk. I've always been a boss. Like I said, made millions every year consecutively, had bank accounts with over $300,000 in them, bought and sold 50-acre properties. You don't tell my script or write my reality. What are you talking about? You can't tell me who I am. You don't know me. If I've never met you, you don't know anything about me. And no, none of my information is public knowledge. Nothing. What are you talking about? What? See, that's the thing. Like, people have tried to just act like they create the conversation. Do you have a voice or a platform? No, right? Okay. Well, then you don't create the convo. Are you a public figure? Are you a star? Are you a celebrity? Let's get real with what you're trying to do here. You're trying to have a conversation behind the scenes with someone that ain't talking to you. That's not odd. What is that going to gain you? And that's how you know these people have never built nothing. They've never had a real job. They've never worked probably for one day. So you don't even know what a good, honest, hard-earned days of work, a day of work feels like. Boy, stop it. You can't tell me nothing. Feel me? I've been working since I was 16. I've been about my business, been a boss since day one, my entire life. I just realized what it is, man. Like, I'm still on top. No matter what, even when I'm struggling, even when I'm having a hard time. Yeah, I'm struggling at times and having a hard time because it's part of my walk, number one, and number two, because well, I've paid for everything. I already own and have everything. I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor, and that's the thing. Real people get their priorities straight and they own things, and then they worry about the little expenses and the little money. All that other stuff is irrelevant. You understand? I'll go through anything and deal with lack and take any loss to get where I'm going. It's just that simple. You feel me? I could care less about how anybody feels. I could care less about what anybody talking about. The only thing that matters to me is succeeding. And again, the big boys play with equity, and that's it. We've got people on this network that think they a part of something over here. I got a newsflash for you. You not. Skedaddle. Feel me? That's all. Like I said, you want to disagree with everything that a public figure says, but I didn't ask you for your opinion, so don't volunteer it. You see, there's rules to engagement. There's rules within reality, and you're not above reproach, and you'll follow them just like all these fools. You're not different. See, that's the thing. They can't find anybody who's special. I'm the one who's special. You gotta understand, man. Nobody speaks for me. I don't care how nobody feel, especially on YouTube. That's never what this was. This is about people who keep trying to type things for me to see them that they think will somehow get a reaction from me, right? And when they do that, that's illegal use of a telecommunication device, right? It's a felony across state lines, right? And it's illegal as hell. So that's all this is about. I don't feel any way about anybody's words or anything like that. You understand? It's the fact that I don't enjoy seeing people just break the law willy-nilly, and much less people not do anything about it. That's my issue. So that's why they just keep harping on that now, that they just keep on doing the same thing like it's the thing to do. Well, I mean, when the lawyer sees all this evidence and sees that you're addicted to this now and you can't stop, right? I mean, it's only going to work to my benefit and to your dismay because he's going to lengthen that prison sentence. Like I said, it's more than likely going to be life sentences for every member of the Red Triangles because what you're doing is clear as day. I mean, are you not, pretending that you're coming for me? Are you not trying to dismantle everything I'm building within my life? Are you not trying to affect everything that I have going for me and that I've worked harder than anyone for? Are you not trying to cause an effect to everything right within my beautiful life? You are. You're paying people off. You're giving people bribes. You're following me around on the internet. You traveled across state lines. So clearly, the most important thing to you on this planet is my success. So when you show your cards, smart one, and you tell me that, I take full advantage of that. You feel me? I take full advantage. You gotta understand something, man. I don't have a back and forth with anybody. Like I said, I've done everything possible and have always moved forward. You understand? And that's my thing is like, no, I keep moving forward and I'm trying to understand how people think that that's okay. That's all. I'm trying to understand why, everybody's just allowing that to go on when it's in front of everybody. That's all I'm trying to understand. I just got questions. because I'm a human being and it don't make no sense and they can't make it make sense. So the truth here is that I was given an unfair set of rules since birth, right? And this entire world gets different treatment than me. And I'm not a narcissist. I'm not talking made up fairy tale stuff. It's proven in front of your eyes. I do not have the same treatment or equal rights. I don't have any civil rights. Never have. Never had any civil liberties within my own country. And I think that's what people should pay attention to. And look how much more powerful I am than all the people who do. The reason why you all have your liberties and have these luxuries and liberties that I don't have is because you're not a you know what to the system. You're not powerful. When you become powerful, it's not a Candyland uh, walk in the park. It's not a cakewalk. It's difficult as hell. When I got rich, like I said, when real people make money, I wasn't rewarded. I was targeted. Nobody took anything from me. In my 35 years on this planet, nobody's ever taken anything from me. Never taken a dime from me. Never taken anything. What are you talking about? You can't even talk on these panels because these people are so busy rambling, talking over each other, they can't fix their ears and hear. Just like when I went on that other panel the other day. And I tried to say, and I knew they were going to misconstrue it. And I said it within a weird kind of timing, I guess, so they didn't hear it. And I said, they shut down my bank account, right? This was way back in the day for a brokerage account. I said, they shut down my bank account after I spent the money. And they didn't hear the after I spent the money part. So they thought I was saying that they just shut down my bank account. And then he's sitting there talking about, well, it should be FDIC insured. See how you ramble on, but don't know what you're talking about because you don't actually listen. So you have no business talking about facts. This is why no one respects you on this network. You're not above reproach. What you want is you want to be the king, but you're not willing to put the work in to be the king. Everyone refers to you as what? A poser. They all know that you're not a boxer, homeboy. They all know that you're a soldier boy run and tell them because that's the jacket that you created for yourself, right? But me, they respect. Whether they like me or not is irrelevant. It ain't about who like me. It's about who respect me. See, this is the thing with people. I've got people who on this platform never liked me, claim to have a problem with me for years for no reason, but it's all fake because they never met me and I never did anything wrong to them or even really said anything wrong to them. I just was like surprised and tried to talk and tried to understand where they were coming from. And it was just some corny trying to fit in, I guess, stuff for them more so. That's all these people doing. These people are doing this weird hate bonding stuff that's fake and it's not even real. They're not even really doing that. It's just they're all looking for acceptance because they're desperate and they have no friends. It's not a good look. None of these people pay for anything themselves. They all live on Section 8. I mean, why would I want to be cool, okay, with a bunch of people that can't get their act together? You know? Why, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to be friends with people who are like that? And that's what I realized. It's like, yeah, you can call me special all day, but look at you. It's like what I went through when I was in middle school. I'm not joking. I told this story. I'm walking home, and the whole short bus, that bus went by, the school bus, that particular bus went by, and they all said that to me. They called me that name that applied to them. People been projecting on me since I was born. And I just was laughing because I was like, man, they really did that. And like, they didn't know me or anything. I don't think it was personal, and, half of them literally could barely think, but they really said that. Like, so obviously, and I felt bad, man. I really feel sad for them and people like that because it's like they must hear it from other people. That's really sad that people are actually saying that to them. You know what I'm saying? And then I thought about it and I felt horrible, you know what I mean? Because it's like they must have heard it from someone to be repeating it. That's sad. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to like tear up, but that's pretty sad, man. I stick up for people, man. I still love human beings. I still got a big heart, and that's the thing. I'm never gonna change. I'ma always be me. With people like that, I'm just gonna keep on winning against them with kindness and love and respect. Um, no matter how they try to act like they're treating me or how they act like they're talking to me, because honestly, it just makes them more mad, and that's not my goal. I'm just genuinely a kind person. But that's the thing. I've really figured out that, narcissists are maniacal. What they really want is they want you to become like them. And don't go crazy thinking about it because it'll never happen. What, like I said, what is this thing about you going around the internet saying that you said something like, be careful. See, they always say that, be careful. What? Y'all living in fear. The only people who are always trying to be careful is you. That's why you say that. I'm not careful about anything. You haven't figured that out about me by now? Like, no, I'm not necessarily reckless, but I'm not careful, that's for sure. I'm just smart. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, I mean, what is this business about? Just every time that they talk, if they talk, they're lying. That's a narc for you. That's a narcissist. It's a joke. You're a joke, man. Nobody takes you seriously, bro. Come on, bro. Sitting there saying, "Oh, you'll feel triggered and pressed." That's what you are every day. Isn't that what you told me? This is what these people told me. They would come over to my show and they just start saying, introducing these new phrases as if their rhetoric was a part of anything over here or mattered. The only thing that matters is what's on the screen in the radio show. Anything you do behind the scenes, that's illegal. That's just court evidence against you and it will be used against you in a court of law. See, why don't you actually have an opinion within the program and the show? See what I'm saying? Every time I'm going live, these people are saying, "Oh, uh, you should be concerned about what we're doing." Why would I be concerned about what a bunch of strangers are doing that can't control my platform or my business? You see, I'm not reacting. I'm not upset at all. I'm in a great mood every day. It's nothing like that. I'm a normal person who I'm sane and within my right mind, and I'm not trying to hear things that don't make sense. This all has to do with people who, like I said, they're just unstable. They don't make sense, and they know they don't. They don't know how to make sense. So people like that, and some of their people have actually said that. Like, okay, well, I'm just saying, why are you talking to me then? It's weird. I don't talk to people like that. I'm just being honest with you. I have no need to. I talk to people, you get as far as the people you talk to for no reason. See my point? See, that's the thing, man. People can make up whatever they want on YouTube. You could say whatever you want. You could type all that nonsense. It doesn't make me feel any way because I know it doesn't exist. Just like you don't exist. Literally. Y'all don't exist. I don't know who you are. You don't have an identity. Like, what? All of y'all don't have an identity, bro. Who is you? You see what I'm saying? And like, if I can really ask that confidently and be serious, then you should really assess things and look at things differently because it just goes to show whatever you doing, it ain't working within everything. These people can't build anything, but yet you see me building every day. Like I said, that check's already up over $130, Duke. Come on, homie G Slice. What do you mean? Huh? Somebody donated me $2, by the way. Shout out to them. Thank you. They did it on the Venmo, right? It took a quarter out when I sent it to my bank, but I appreciate it. Thank you. And I told them, and I'm gonna tell everybody, I need everyone to show me support. And I'll talk freely on the internet and do what I want. Like, what? That's not your job. Don't worry about me. Worry about you. My business is for me. I'm like, don't worry about my business. My business is not a public concern ever. I'm a very private man. hmm I keep everything privatized. I'm always make sure I do. So what are you talking about? So like I said, I mean, what's this business about you get people feeling anything? No, you don't. You try really hard and in the process get no result. So you need to correct yourself. You haven't made anyone feel anything ever. That's why you're online seeking validation and attention from complete strangers who don't know you and don't care about you. It's pathetic. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying get real with yourself. That's all. You know what I mean? I'm just saying be you and be who you are. Like what? Why should I sweat fake personas and fake conversations? Why would I care about that? That's not what this was ever about, man. You see how they want to change reality? No, like I said again, that's not what you do. That's not what you've been saying. No, no, that's not what you're doing, bro. You all get online and you commit felonies. Straight up. Y'all can't even talk without breaking the law. I don't understand who, like I said, who gives the wrong advice for everything. They said I can't file a lawsuit, but it's guaranteed that the lawsuit is getting filed. So how is it that people would listen to people saying that I can't do what I'm clearly doing? Why would I be building it with all the evidence if it wasn't a lawsuit that's getting filed? It doesn't make any sense. And the minute that it is filed and the lawyer contacts them and everybody, right, they're going to be so shook and scared and terrified because they're going to know, right, that they're about to go to prison. Reality is going to set in all at once. And like, all I want to do is see your reaction. I want to see your face and the look in your eyes when you realize, right, that you're completely delusional and that I own you. Not metaphorically, not some internet stuff. I mean, when I tell you I own you, I seriously own you now. And you know what's the funniest part? I never wanted to. You basically gave me ownership, over you. You did that. And I didn't even want it. All you folks. That's what they are, literally. You understand? That's the truth. You understand? I'm not trying to be a part of that. I'm not trying to own anyone or anything. What are you talking about? You understand? But I'm just saying, like, I have full power and mind control over all these folks without trying. You understand? I'm always on their mind. It's embarrassing, bro. Feel me? Fact is, man, I'm a star. I'm a beast. I'm a boss. And like I said, what I'm doing is plain day. It's plain Jane right in front of your face. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm not hiding nothing. You see, I'm doing all this training for a reason, obviously. We don't train for no reason. We don't train for nothing. We train to get ready because what I do, again, it has nothing to do with anything on YouTube. It has nothing to do with the internet. It has to do with these streets. It has to do with coming up against these illegal organizations and these gangs, no matter who it is. And it's so crazy because if you pay attention to them, like all the other ones and the whatever they're called, so-called real people, whatever, because none of them are real in my opinion. But you don't see none of them getting online typing. You see what I'm saying? That's how you can tell. Little advice: when nobody else is taking your actions and doing what you're doing, you might want to pay attention to that because there might be a reason for that. And I think everybody knows the reason for that. You have to understand, man, all these gangs, all these legal organizations, all these corrupt fools, they all fear me. They all know what I do now. You understand? Like I really, really have everything on lock. And like I said, you just have to understand it's just such a cool feeling and it's a cool thing because it's not about money so much anymore for me. The money, like when I get money, it's not like regular people that just are like, oh, we have money and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to be able to get more stuff. That's not the way that it is for me now. The way it is for me now is when God gives me this budget and gives me this new money, it literally, a lot of it goes into the project of being Batman, which it isn't a project. It's my life's calling. It's my life. I devoted my life to this. That's why he says, what does he tell him? Or how did he say the whole quote? I don't know, but I know he says, if you devote yourself, if you become more than just a man, if you devote yourself to an ideal and they can't stop you, then you become something else entirely, right? And what is that? Legend, Mr. Wayne. I'm already legend. You're too late to stop me. And the reading came out. You can click the channel on the community wall. It said they had until the new moon to stop you. These people work for the devil directly. They tried to stop God's son in front of all of you. Y'all better wake up. I mean, they tried to completely stop me in my tracks, and they tried 8 million times. They've tried every day with their vile talking, right? All this stuff, trying to, shock my system all the time, trying to prod me, all this weirdo stuff, all the actions that they did in Green Bay that I've spoken on already, and I'm tired of going over all the things traveling. I mean, tracking me, coming across state lines, just everything they've done. All they weird phone calls, all they weird false reports, right? All the illegal statements towards me, and all that's going into a federal lawsuit. I mean, come on, bro. When are you going to get real with yourself? You know that it's a federal indictment, bro. Y'all know that you're doing federal prison time, bro. Come on, you got to get real with yourself, bro. Do you understand the law at all? Do you see anyone else doing these things online? No, because they're actually smart. They actually know how to think. hmm Nobody does this to themselves. You're the only people because you're silly. And see, that's the thing, like silly people like that, that's how you can tell that they have nothing going for them. They can't because they don't know how to do anything. These are just people who are basically in modern day slavery. That's why they're so troubled by my message, because my message gets underneath their skin. You just told on yourself and showed me your cards. I understand now the capacity of how much I actually bother you. And that's what I kept telling you fools. I kept coming on this channel and on this network saying, no, I clearly bother you. That's what your actions are showing. You're trying to ignore it and not respond to it. It don't work like that. What I say, you got to answer. Yeah, you got to acknowledge my word. Yeah, I figured you out. So all I got to do is talk, and I already got your number. All I got to do is talk and be me and exist, and I got your number. I got your number because of everything I've already done. I'm a living legend, and all of y'all don't even exist to me and don't have an identity. How much more can I win? How much more? How much more wealth do you think I'm going to attain when God gives me all this money? You think I'm not going to buy wealth? I'm gonna be land grabbing. I'm gonna be going into independent real estate. I'm gonna be looking at all these jobs as extra capital. I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of stuff for fun. You know, you understand? I had the best financial run out of anybody who's ever walked this planet in my life. My life has been nothing but a back-to-back financial run. Real talk. I mean, it's been a lot of other things. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but definitely been that. So, with that being said, and that being the case, right? What that means is that now when God gives me the rest of this money, right? I'm about to have a financial run that's even greater. That financial run is about to multiply and grow exponentially. So when that happens, good luck. Because if you're mad now, just imagine how mad you're going to be in the future. You feel me? Just imagine. Imagine the frustration. So that's what I realized is like they're like little robots. They have to project. So everything that I'm making them feel without trying, they're taking it personally because they're delusional. And they don't get that's fine. I mean, that's your thing. Whatever. If you can't process your emotions and that's your issue, cool. But I just think it's funny because you're not too bright. Like you're really not. You're not smart because if you were smart, you would realize that you should really learn how to not react because it's you who's impulsive. Because every time that you project and that's your answer is to run to a keyboard and type so you can project when there's somebody who what I'm doing has nothing to do with you and it's not my success is not towards anyone. It's not to prove any point. I've just always been taught to succeed and that's what I'm going to do because it's the right thing and it's winning for me. So when you take that as something personal with you, towards you when I don't even know you, common sense. You out of luck. You just doing it to yourself. You're not thinking. You're not realizing. I mean, over YouTube, these people are looking at like clear as day life sentences, federal penitentiary time, Fed time, bro. That's a pretty big deal, man. And you know what my future entails, regardless? Success, happiness, and true love with Christina, and tons of money and moolah. Yeah, like I said, that's the way that life works. That's the way that everything works because this is a fairy tale. Fairy tales are real, man. I'm living one. I am a fairy tale. Look at me. That's why I'm made so beautifully. See, that's why these people are mad. These people are hideous. I can guarantee. I know that for a fact. I ain't never seen most of them, but I can guarantee you that they're not good looking because that's why they do this. It has a lot of it has to do with the fact of how beautiful I am and the way I look. Because, like I said, everything for them is a nightmare, and everything for me is a fairy tale. They're mad at God, and they're so jealous and envious of me because they're like, how does he get every blessing? Just like they was sitting there saying, I'm tired of seeing Tyree get donations. Boy, what? That's pathetic. Why are you worried about me, bro? There's 8 billion people in the world. So all you doing is showing there's something special about me, obviously, right? Like, I don't get what your point is. That's all, because you don't have one. You're not making a point. I just don't get it. It's confusing. So, like I said, I mean, some people just don't make no sense. That's what I've realized. So you got to let it go. You got to let bygones be bygones, and that's it. I'm not even worried about the federal lawsuit because karma's already handling all that. God is handling all that. You feel me? As we speak, they all swimming in karma. They all dealing with nonstop karma, like what I mean, severe karma from God. Like that's crazy, bro. That sucks for you. Me, I'm winning. I'm winning. My short videos, my videos, everything has a message in it. Everything I'm doing is real. It's for the people, it's for the community, it's for the hoods, it's for the ghettos, it's for the suburbs. It's for everybody to be a part of this and learn something. So when y'all can do that, holla at me. Till then, I ain't trying to hear nothing. Feel me? Like I said, man, I'm Tyree Sneed. I'm the real Batman, and I'm always be on my throne. I'm always be king and wear my crown. You understand? Anytime that people try to talk to me crazy, I'm just gonna fix my crown and keep on moving forward because that's the thing is that me, I just am a different kind of animal and dude, and I'm not used to this cutesy stuff. That's really the truth. I don't come from none of this. This is not me. That's why it's me changing and evolving as a person. Like I have to actually sit here on YouTube and pretend to be normal. Pretend I have to pretend to be normal. Like Steve said, y'all don't. Y'all are normal. Y'all are way too normal and boring. I have to pretend to be normal. I have to pretend that I'm not the monster I am. I have to pretend with folks that, oh, I'm this other person, I'm this guy that you're saying and I'm nice. Like, no, it's basically like a skin suit. Real talk. Because I didn't have a choice. You have to understand the reason I am the way I am is because that was the only way that I was able to survive. People left me like out to dry. I was on my own. When I was in Atlanta, I had to survive on my own. I went through crazy things. I went through real trauma. Okay. People don't understand the things I've come up against and what I've survived physically. It's insane. And I had to take care of myself. I'm a straight soldier, bro. That's why, and it's crazy because I understand now that those struggles and those things I was going through, that a lot of it was ugly. There wasn't nothing pretty about it. As far as people trying to make fun of me, hell, there was things that happened that you could make fun of me if you knew about it, right? And I've talked about some of it. I'm not ashamed of nothing. You can make fun of me all you want. I don't care, but I'm living my life. See, that's the thing. I'm a real human being. I'm being real about my story. I'm not sugarcoating it and telling it, oh, it's something different. Bro, come on, man. I was a white boy from the suburbs and I had to learn how to survive in the hood. That is my story. That's a big deal. That doesn't mean that I wasn't in hoods and wasn't around it all. When I was a kid, I was. But like we ended up going to the suburbs and then I went back to the hood because I was always attracted to the hood. I just realized all these experiences that I went through are what made and shaped me, and that I had to go through it, and it makes sense. That's why it said it's all going to make sense. You understand? Because God is molding and sculpting and creating this super soldier, this perfect soldier, me, and it makes sense. You understand? Because now I'm going to make a career, you know, like the one dude told me in Kentucky I talked to, and he was very much like the Joker, and he had a deck of cards and everything. That dude was crazy, bro. And he was talking to me. He was pretty intelligent. He was out of his mind, but he was really smart. Like I met like a real Joker over there in Kentucky. Y'all don't even get it. There's real Jokers, bro. Like in the world, bro. He was nuts. And He was cool. He was a nice guy. He was just crazy, and he was too smart for his own good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and we were talking for a minute, but he actually knew what he was talking about a lot of things. I was like, what the hell? You know, a lot of them dudes in them shelters be intelligent as hell, bro. You never know, bro. There's another dude talking about all that government stuff in there. People are educated, man. You know, them fools be more educated than all the people that have homes and aren't homeless. That's what people don't understand. It's just real people. The real people get shunned by this society. They have to go through so much more because the system is just not conditioned to help people like us. You understand? They don't want to see people like us doing well. And that's what this is all about. See, you're sitting there trying to act like you're the paradigm of fitting in. Come on, bro. Y'all don't fit in. Y'all are outcasts. What do you mean? If anyone fits in, it's me. I've always fit in. I just never wanted to. I've always been a standout, but like I fit in. I look like I'm supposed to fit in. I just never wanted to. You understand? So they're trying to act like they're like they're like the Victorian way to be or something like these people I guess want to act like they're snooty snobs. Like, dude, you don't even have any money and all y'all live on Section 8. What are you talking about, man? Like, I'm just saying, bro. I mean, you got to get real with yourself at some point. That's why I have conversations in person, face to face, because these people, none of them could hold a candle to what I've done financially. So I just don't understand why they act like they're talking to me. I just don't get it. You're not even near my tax bracket at any point. Even now, I mean, it's not even close. So that's all I'm saying is, people who are behind me in life and in everything, I mean, you're behind me and that's all. That's it. That's why I never understood it. Like I said, no, that was the thing them sectors started doing. They started having life competitions, I called it, where they started acting like they were competing as to who had it worse or, who everything sucked more for, basically. And like that's y'all's thing. I always said that. I never had nothing to do with that. I've never compared my life to anyone. I've never compared myself to anyone because I know no one can compete. I compete with no one. I compete with myself, bro. You feel me? Because I'm the best. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I just understand it. I understand God's plan to somewhat. I have human understanding, but I don't lean on human understanding like He tells me. I try to listen and understand and look at it from a different perspective. But I'm just saying, I feel like it all conditioned and built me to do what I do. And like I said, I'm gonna. I mean, I'm just living the legend of kick. You know what? That's what the guy in Kentucky said. That Joker guy. It's exactly what he said. He said, "You're living the legend of kick. You know what?" And I was like, man, that's pretty cool. That's true. So, I mean, I'm literally the legend. And like I said, people already know how I'm coming, man. Like I said, we don't do all this training for no reason, man. All this training is for what I'm going to be doing, what I've always done my whole life, but what I'm going to be doing, on a higher level once I get the budget and the money. You know what I mean? And for a good purpose too, to protect people I mean, it's just common sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just know it's what this country and nation needs and it's what they want. So I think I'm going to be surprised by how much support I get. Okay. Every show is a donation show now. I need people to donate. Shout out to the person who sent me $2. Thank you. Please send some more. I need all the support I can get, and I appreciate every little donation, but just being honest, like I said, I really need people to try to step up and send like at least 10, 20, 50, $100. Like I need to get a couple $100 together right now. I really do, because that's what would help me change things around. And that's my gripe with the public is it's like, you all could really get together and do this for me. And I'm just tired of being breadcrumbed. Like sending me a couple of dollars here and there, yes, I need it and I appreciate it. Thank you. But from the bottom of my heart, but it's never going to get me out of the loop I'm in. And that's the thing. Like, if you want to really help and you want to be smart and make sense, donate and get a couple $100 to me. That's what I need. If people did that, if I could get at least $300 to $500 together, even 200 right now, I would have a big smile on my face. But technically, I need at least 500, like need, because that's the only way that I would have enough to do everything I need to do. You understand? And that's just the start. It doesn't mean I can create a whole transition or do a move or do a trip or anything like that, but it just means it would be enough to build this business and revamp it a little bit. you know what I mean, where I'm moving clean again and I don't have to worry about, so many different things and got money for what I need. I mean, we might as well just try to raise the money on here. I'm about done playing games. I mean, they doing GoFundMe's for that one dude who got locked up and has the Joker tattoos all over his face. The mom is trying to do a GoFundMe for him, talking about save my son and all this nonsense when he's one of the most evil, wicked people I've ever seen and has no remorse. I mean, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing with the world. Everybody's backwards and everybody wants to kiss up to get into heaven. And it's just not how it works. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. I believe in salvation. I believe in redemption and all that. But, all that is in God's hands. You know what I'm saying? But when people are just convenient and manipulative, God doesn't work like that. God sees all that. God sees where your heart at. So just understand, all y'all out there who you got wicked hearts and you act like you're proud of it, it's because you're not pretty. That's the truth. It's because when you went to the club, nobody wanted to dance with you. And when I went to the club, they all wanted to dance with me. That's the truth. That's all this is about. It's just people insecure and they don't like how they look. They don't like looking in the mirror. And that's what it's about. I'm here to tell you today that all you peasants, you don't like the way you look. Real talk. You should work on that. You know what I mean? Like real talk. Like that's hilarious because I love how I look every day. Do you understand that my smile, right? That you want to act like you're talking about, and nobody's said anything to me like that ever, right? Bro, my smile is beautiful. I like my smile way more now than I ever have in my entire life. My smile is gorgeous and it's perfect because it's me. hmm And Christina thinks the same thing. I don't have anything to fix. You see me, I eat food every day. I'm good. My teeth work just fine. My teeth strong as hell. They went through hell and all of them held up the entire time. What are you talking about? See, people want to rewrite my story, but like you're not an author and you're not writing a movie script. You're not a movie director and you don't have a magazine. You don't have an outlet. You're just talking to yourself. That's what crazy people do. Keep talking to yourself. I want to see if you ever succeed because you're talking to yourself. Come tell me like, if that ever works out for you, because it won't. You're just gonna keep losing. All right. Now I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna talk to y'all later, man. But like I said, I made my point clear, man. I'm the king and I sit on my throne and I don't let nobody trick me off my throne. Okay. Don't ever play with people who have nothing to lose if you have everything to lose. Remember that, folks. Even Ti said the same thing when he got caught with all that nonsense and he was snitching. You feel me? Like, don't do it. If you got anything to lose at all, why risk it? Why play with people? Why talk to people who act or feel like they have nothing to lose? I don't talk to people like that. So this is a public statement. I do not communicate with people like that. So if they're acting like they're talking to me, that's because they committed another felony in order to do so. Because I don't talk to any of these folks. I don't talk to anyone on the internet other than Christina. I'd like to talk to the Woffords. Much respect to them. It ain't nothing but love, man. I think that they're really good people. What I'm seeing when he was talking, I watched the little video today. It really, really kind of, touched my heart because what I'm realizing is I think God really is going to give me all this money. And you know what's one of the first things I'm going to do? Help the Woffords. I'm going to give them the funding they're asking for, the funding, so that they can build their off the grid camp and all that. And I'll help them build it myself. Like I'll even do the work out there, like the manual labor to put it together. Yeah, I'm telling you right now. They already have basically a guarantee from me that if I get this money and God blesses me and gives me millions of dollars to work with, I'm going to fund their concept and their idea because they need funding and they need help. You feel me? So, like, I mean, there you go. I mean, you know what I mean? But like I said, right now, I need your help. So hopefully we can work together. And all I can ask you is, um, here's what I ask you, Charles, if you're listening, if you come across this, if you want to do me a huge favor, man, what you should do is make a video and just like talk to me through the video and answer me what I'm saying. I'll try to talk on the show and see if you're willing to do that. You can work it in with your other videos, but just use your channel to communicate with me. That's the only way I can talk on here right now because I don't want any ear interference or interruption. I'm not going to be bothered. So just film a video answering me. But what you should do, brother, is if y'all can ever drive over here, like we need to schedule it when I'm really ready to do it, right? But if you could do that and like literally, I'm not joking, like if you pick me up and if like I'm just saying, I would literally participate in whatever as far as trying to build, trying to progress. I would try to look for work wherever we're at. I'm just saying, if you have like, I don't care if it's a couch, I don't care if it's a back seat. If you got anywhere that I can just get some rest and some sleep, that's all Batman needs. I just need sleep. Like I said, I mean, I don't know, how you're doing with food and all that. I mean, we're entering the Great Depression, man. Everybody's struggling, but if like that's about my only concern is just, surviving like food, water, and somewhere to sleep. That's all I need. But if we could do that, if you can let me know, just try to let me know without, putting out all your personal, details and stuff publicly. Obviously, you already know what's up. Just try to explain to me the real situation of what we could do because what I'll do is then I'll respond and I'll tell you when I'm ready and I'll just say one day like I'm ready and then like if you're really down, you said you're not that far, New Mexico's not that far from Texas. I mean, you could just literally come pick me up, right? And you know, I mean, just make sure that everything you're doing is by the law with your vehicle because they got checkpoints down here and stuff when you leave, right? So you have to get through that checkpoint. So any vehicle I get in, if I'm riding with you, I just want to make sure that you're following the law because I don't want no issues for sure, and I can't afford to get in any trouble because of other people. But I mean, they're good people. They don't do anything wrong, you know what I mean? But I'm just paranoid and gotta, mention that because I gotta take care of myself. But, you know, like I said, I mean, I would just tell you, hey, I'm ready, and like you could literally just come pick me up and we'll go on a journey and we'll try it out and see what happens. I mean, like I said, if you can I know that you're struggling, so I understand and you can explain that if that's the case. But if you can help me just a little bit with the basic necessities, as far as stuff to eat here and there, just surviving. I would definitely go out there and try to survive with them and try to build something new and do what I can do if the timing was right. You know what I'm saying? But I would just have to feel comfortable doing it. I would want to have a little bit of cash on me and hopefully enough to like, be able to get back or hopefully they'd be nice enough to try to drive me back. Because I don't want to really get stranded out there. But I don't know, man. I gotta see, man. I got to just pay attention to what God tells me. But right now, I'm trying to listen to God. He told me to be patient. So I'm not really making that decision quite yet. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not ready yet. I'm not saying I am. I'm good where I'm at, man. I'm doing my thing right now, bro. So I just got to keep on working on this and getting busy. And that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm trying to get this birthday check run up. We still got almost about probably 9, 10 more days, something like that, to build this up. So, I mean, if it's already 130, we can get a little higher, and then that's coming on my birthday. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I'm just doing my thing, listening to God. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. All right, stay mad, peasants. Commoners.